Our next guest is an Emmy Award-winning actor who spent 12 seasons as one of the stars of the hit series 2.5 Men. His new comedy, Extended Family, airs Tuesday nights at 8:30 here on NBC. Let's take a look.
Look, I was going to sleep on this, Julia, but I'm afraid we have an issue. I got pulled over for speeding tonight.
So you meant you have an issue? Sorry, I'm laughing. It's happening involuntarily. How much was the ticket?
I got off with a warning.
Did you cry and tell them that your mom died? That's what I do. Come on, where's the victory smile?
My victory smile is in hibernation because we still have an issue named Trey.
How is Trey the issue?
Your fiance got me off. Out. Trey got me out of the ticket.
Please welcome back to the show, Jon Cryer, everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
This is a very novel approach to a sitcom because it's about a divorced couple that is still amicable. And historically in sitcoms, not only do divorced couples not get along, most married couples don't even like each other.
Exactly. That's what we thought was novel about it. But it's fun. But it's actually inspired by the true story that the owner of the Boston Celtics, he and his wife share an apartment with her ex-husband.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, real thing that happened. They did it on purpose. But it's great actually because they are very good friends. They did that so that the kids didn't have to move back and forth.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very novel. Obviously, it's not for everybody. Not everybody can do that. But what the show is about is people trying to maintain that bit of friendship that they had that brought them together in the first place.
And your own parents, they got divorced and also had a very nice relationship.
Yes, thank you for yeah.
You're very welcome. You know what? Thank them.
I will.
Yeah.
I will, now that you mention it. No, actually, yeah, they were divorced when I was 4, and my dad remarried. My mom and my stepmother are great friends and hang out. My half-brothers and sisters lived in my mom's house when they moved to New York. I mean, it's crazy hippie. Sorry, but you know, but it can work. It can be great, and that's the show we wanted to make.
You mentioned the hippie part of it. Both your parents were stage actors.
Yes.
And so was that always the plan for you?
It was always kind of in the background because I loved being backstage. Backstage is just this crazy. You know, if you ever get a chance to do theater, do it. Because you get backstage and there's these wonderful people and these big personalities and they're ridiculous. And I just loved that. But I also sort of wanted to be an astronaut. But it was really interesting because after 2.5 Men ended, I got this request to host an episode of a documentary series where I would investigate the Russian space program. And I said, oh, well, that sounds fun. Will you fly me to Moscow and let me train to be an astronaut? And they said, sure. Wow. So I flew to Moscow and trained to be an astronaut. And what
how long?
Just for a couple of weeks.
Okay, that's enough.
That's all. That's really all you need. But what I learned was I would not be a very good astronaut.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, because what they don't tell you is, you know, you see the movies, and it's just brave people doing brave things, and they look all cool, and everything seems super competent. But once you start realizing that there's certain things that you have to have a level of comfort with that you might not.
Okay, what sort of things are we talking about?
Like in the Russian spacecraft that they send you to the ISS in, and they still do this, they still use the same old ones that they used back in the 60s.
Wow.
Swear to God, they still do. And they're about this big. And they jam 3 people into that. And nobody gets a window or anything. The one guy does get, or gal, gets a thing called a visor, where it's a thing that they look at through to make sure that the spacecraft is on the right attitude. But what they don't tell you is the visor goes up between your legs, and you are jammed like this, wearing a spacesuit with 2 other people right next to you in something this big. And then they put you on top of a rocket and shoot you out of the Earth's orbit.
God.
the movies don't have it like that.
Yeah.
Star Trek is not like that. So I realized pretty quickly, and I did the centrifuge. I did all that where it pushes back your face and all that stuff, and I felt so badass. I also did a thing. They have their spacesuits. You know, when you go outside of the spacecraft, theirs are different than the Americans. They have a door on the back of their spacesuits that is like it's hinged, and it's like you just step in through the backpack opens, and there's a spacesuit, and you put your legs through, and then they just go ka-slam and slam you inside this thing. And another thing they don't tell you, you know, when you're wearing a spacesuit in the movies, it looks all cool. You look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
Right? How hard could that be? What they don't tell you is they have to. It's a pressure suit, so they have to pump it full of air, and so you're inflated basically. You're like those guys that wave at the
car wash. Yeah, the car wash blow-up guy.
Except yes, you get less freedom of movement though. So you're just. And then just doing anything at all is this incredible effort. And I was like, you know what? Being an astronaut requires effort. No, thank you.
Yeah. It feels like if I watched this documentary, the takeaway would be being an astronaut sucks. That seems to be...
That's the title of it, actually. That's what we ended up with. But it was interesting something that I had so many dreams about as a kid.
Yeah.
You go, oh, you know what? No, thanks.
Well, you another dream for a lot of kids. Maybe you in Supergirl, you got to be Lex Luthor.
Yes.
He's a badass.
He's a total badass.
So in the same way that you were saying astronauts are badass, and then you actually do it, and you find out it's not badass at all. Did you have the same moment when you got to play Lex Luthor?
Thank you. I'm all about being scary. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's
that's
really.
That's the scariest Lex Luthor.
Yes.
Hey,
It's a little. That wasn't exactly. That wasn't my reading, just so you know. But no, it actually we were about to do a stunt, which is very manly and badass. I was hanging from a helicopter in green screen, so you're about a foot and a half off the ground. But it looked great in the end, Seth.
You were in Superman 4.
Yes.
You were Lenny, was your character?
I was Lenny Luthor. I played my own nephew. It's like Inception.
So you must have been a very young actor at the time.
I was 21.
Okay, so you're in Superman 4, and did you learn anything as a young actor doing a giant superhero movie?
Oh, well, there's a lot of flying in Superman 4. It's
one of the
Superman
main
movie.
parts,
Exactly. That's and I was so excited about that. You see the movies, you know, like in the first movie, Superman, it was beautiful flying where it was balletic.
Yeah.
And I get there on the first day, and the stunt coordinator is the guy who's the legend in the area of flying stuff. He's amazing, British guy. And he says, okay, one thing you have to be aware of, I'm not doing a good British accent at all, is that when they put the harness on you, and this is 1987, I think, when they put the harness on you, they have to cinch it incredibly tight so it will catch any hair that you have on there. So he said, you may want to take care of any hair that you have either on the back or on the front, either way, so that it doesn't catch in the harness. And I thought, oh, okay. So got rid of everything. Nair came into play. Nair is a very specific 80s reference for you guys. And did the thing, and smooth as glass. I did, I was very excited. I mean, both the shot and my regions. But what I did not realize was that the painful stuff is delayed, because what I learned is when your butt hair grows back, it hurts.
Oh.
Yes, this is just, I don't know if I hope America does not have to experience this. But when your butt hair grows back, it is no fun for anyone. And actually, Melissa Benoist, who was Supergirl, the first day of work, I said, hey, I know we're going to be doing some flying stuff. Do we still have to do that? And she was like, no. And this guy was clearly pulling a prank, apparently. So
Pretty good prank.
It's a pretty good
Pretty
prank.
good prank.
Pretty good.
Pretty good prank.
Yep, he got me good.
There you go. Well,
Yes.
thank you for being with us and sharing. I mean, I think that if there was a PSA, it's like, don't be an astronaut and never shave your butt hair.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ted.
John Cryer, everybody. Extended Family airs Tuesday nights at 8:30 here on NBC. We'll be right back with more Late Night.